evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us again for our Vampire the Masquerade game, New York by Night, Season 1, Orphans in the Dark. And this is our final episode for this season. And this episode, for those old-time gamers amongst you, I am simply calling this one They Victus. Anyone? Oh dear! I thought
My
that might
Latin's
be at least
not that good.
It was the quote or the saying for the lead character from Blood Omen: Legacy of Cain. Which
That's
is
a video game, right?
It is a video game. Yeah.
Wasn't that Azrael in
that was Soul Reaver, but no, this was the original game. The main character, who was called Cain, and it actually means "woe to the vanquished."
I played Dick Dug.
Dick Dug was good. I do know some Latin. I know Gluteus Maximus.
Well, that's
incontinent to your buttocks.
Don't. And her husband, Bigus.
And now we're losing the game.
No, we are losing the game. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, so this is OG second edition Vampire the Masquerade rules with a smattering of revised rules as well, and some house ruling for flavor. And we are going to be picking this up 2 days after our last session. So you've had a couple of days of downtime to learn the traditions, hopefully, and just find your feet a bit more with your home in the Bronx. The Lowe's Paradise Theatre now has light, now has power, now has water, so you can get a proper stock of what you've got, what you need to do to try and drag this thing back from the brink of destruction. But we are going to leap straight into this on the night of your presentation to the somewhat unofficial Primogen of New York City. And we discover our coterie in the lap of luxury in Carter's stretch limo. We've just peeled off the Madison Drive bridge back into Manhattan, heading towards Madison Square Gardens. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around each of you. As I've said, you're expected to be sort of dressed to the nines, if you like. So just tell us a bit about what you're wearing and about how you're feeling, on this particular evening. Everything that you've done since your embrace has kind of been leading up to this. So who'd like to go first? Sam?
Yeah, I got it. So, much to everybody's shock, it turns out the slip of paper that Sam gave Andrew, a little idea for a suit he wanted to wear. When you guys, the rest of you, first see him, he walks out, and it's almost as if you hear the theme to Sharp Dressed Man. He comes walking out in a white suit, white tie, cufflinks, and I forgot my lyrics. I'm a guitar player. The brim hat, totally not looking like a modern Bruja. He is fully going. He's wanting to really lean. Ever since he was told, I believe it was by Andrew that told him the history of the Bruja, and when he found out that they used to be more scholarly and the such, and playing into rebelling against traditional modern Bruja standards, and as a visionary, he wants to tap into those older roots.
Fantastic. And how are you feeling then about tonight?
Shit's about to change, boys.
Fantastic. Who wants to go next?
So I'll let you know that I got Cuccinelli suits for all of us.
Nice.
All right. We are all looking good. All right. And whatever color we want, like my man's doing all white there. I think I'm going to stand with the typical black, right? I got a nice navy blue for Thatcher over there, and I got a really nice baby blue leader of the orchestra for Karis over there. Not joking. He's actually wearing a nice hunter forest green, right? We're all decked to the nines, looking good as hell. I mean, like the people, when we go walking in there, they're actually looking for our prom dates. That's how suave. We got all the riz, baby. In fact, I even hired a couple of ladies, some of the nicest ladies on the internet, because Andrew Taint, he does not hold back when it comes to the ladies walking in. So we each got 2 on each arm.
So what you're saying is Andrew Taint holding back.
That's right. Don't you forget that. So yeah, we're all looking good as hell.
Fantastic.
Yes, and according to Thatcher, we are going to call them influencers.
Brilliant. Let me think. You might have to hold off on the ladies because obviously Elysium is a safe space for vampires. Now, normally when Elysium is called when the garden is open, not a problem. On this particular night, it's vampires only, unfortunately.
My friend, I told them all that I'm taking them to dinner. Maybe they didn't realize exactly what I meant by that. But Andrew Taint is all about the gifts and the sharing. But they can wait by the car for a moment.
Absolutely.
I valet park them as well. and quick question. What color is your Bugatti?
Mine? Okay, who's next?
I'll go. So Thatcher is wearing obviously a very fabulous suit that Andrew provided from his personal tailor. It's got the navy blue colors, but with red stitching, kind of a red wine blood sort of stitch to it. And then underneath, kind of the more old school vampire white frilly shirt underneath with cufflinks going up the sleeves. And Thatcher's actually feeling very good. He's more accustomed to a high class sort of life. So the last week or so has really been, very much slumming it. It's been chaotic and he's been out of his element, but going back into a situation like this with the finer things, that feels more normal. That's more of a baseline. So I'm actually kind of living it up a little bit, more in my element, more myself.
Fantastic. So we'll say then at the moment, certainly, you don't find that you're being troubled by like your usual sort of hallucinations. This is probably the most normal that you've felt since your embrace.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's almost like for a moment, I almost question, was this whole vampire thing a dream?
Until you look around to the people in the car with you. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
And finally, Karis.
Well, going off of what Andrew said, I put an actual picture into the chat.
Oh, cool.
Where basically he's in this kind of dark forest green suit with the vest. The tie is a dark green also with white collar. His hair's pulled back in a ponytail, and he looks 100% uncomfortable being in clothes that look like that.
Yeah.
Where he's constantly pulling at his neck and constantly shifting and unbuttoning his cufflinks and buttoning them again. In fact, I'm probably going to say that his sleeves are actually rolled up underneath of his jacket. And that'll be the first thing that comes off, even when he goes inside, is the coat will come off. And so that you just have the forest green vest and he's wearing the dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up.
Fantastic.
Because in his mind, like, he hates constrictive clothing. And if shit has to go down, he needs his hands free. Because that's always going to be in the back of his mind, rather than having a constrictive shirt that he's going to have to rip out of in order to, because he does kind of have like this caged animal look. But in the, he said, Hulk out. So that's the general idea. Did Carter give us a chance to feed before we got in the van at all?
You haven't so far this evening, but you have been led to.
I
You've
may
been made aware
remind
that
you of the ladies.
Well, I was
The
even going to
ladies-
ask about blood packs, possibly, if we.
well,
only-
you have been informed that it is traditional at Elysium that refreshments will be provided.
Okay, the only reason I'm asking is I have 6 blood points, but I figured if we're trying to make a good impression, going in there super hungry probably wouldn't.
No.
Be good.
So this is 2 days after the last session, so you will have had time. All of you will have had time to feed. So all I need you to do is remove 1 blood point for having woken up today, and
Okay.
obviously, please don't forget, put your willpowers back to full as well.
Okay, thank you. And what was the other question you wanted to know about our mindset? Or
Yeah, just how you are feeling about everything.
he's basically I'm gonna say he's quiet most of the car ride, because he's still, it's not so much that he's trying to memorize the traditions. He's still trying to wrap his mind around how reality has pretty much kicked him in the nuts. For like his whole life, he had this idea and this hunch in the back of his mind that something supernatural, something else was out there. Like the truth is out there. Cue X-Files music. What do you call it? But now, like that curtain has been pulled out from under, that carpet has been pulled out from underneath of him in a very abrupt way. So he's even kind of like a little contemplating his own actions over the last couple of days, like how he was able to allow himself to be bestial, more of a beast than a man in some certain situations.
And worries possibly that might present itself again when it's least least desirable. Or
to be honest with you, I don't think he's too much. I don't want to say he's too much of an intellectual for that to be a concern, because in his mind, I think at this point, he's seen what being able to use your blood abilities does. He's seen being able to tap into this inner animal. And I think he would be doing it from a analytical standpoint. And that's why he's being introspective and quiet. It's kind of like, what is the best face to present to the primogens? What is the, what is the best face to present to Carter in order for our coterie to survive the evening? And I think that's what he's starting to think about.
Would you say Karis is being unusually quiet tonight?
Not really. I mean, he was never like the super chatty type. But I think because of his actions, he's kind of coming to terms with, I think, the loss of, even though that's metagaming a little bit, the loss of his humanity. Like certain things are not bothering him as much as they would have been in like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Just because of like 9/11 happens, and that was horrible, and then we got all embraced. We almost got killed by the Sabbat. We had to deal with gargoyles and monstrous zombies and all this other crazy shit happening over the last week. So that's really what he's just kind of slowly digesting all that and kind of thinking to himself, well, if I am a monster, then fuck it. This is, you know what I mean? Then a monster I will be.
I mean, I will say over the past couple of days as well, one of the things that may kind of make things a little bit easier for him is he's gradually getting less and less of these flashbacks of the life of Brother Gregor. That's starting to wane.
Plus the other thing too, I don't know if you were picking up on it. He's still, even though he's quick, and I'm sorry for taking up everybody's time with this, but he's still at the root of his core. He's still interested in protecting innocence. Okay. If you remember, like he was quick to dive into the pit when they were doing the blood ritual to free the people that were thrown down in there. Like there were other instances where he could have been full on monster. I don't want to blame Andrew Tate, like more on Andrew Tate's side. He's like, what? He's like, what's up? Peace, brother. But at the same time, like, it's almost like, I I don't want to say it's kind of more Punisher than full villain. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm
It's
with
like
you.
he's absolutely he's a Boy Scout. He's a Weeblo.
Yeah. A Boy Scout of evil.
Of evil.
Cool. What I will also say as well, for Sam, obviously over these past couple of days of which there were downtime, occasionally when you were on your own, you were still getting these kind of moments where you'd see something out of the corner of your eye, whether it was something from your darkest fears or whatever, and then when you look, there's nothing there. But so far this evening, you've not seen anything. Whatever it was, whatever it was seems to have stopped, and you stop being plagued by these waking nightmares, shall we say.
Good.
But I will also remind you as well that you do still have your derangement that you picked up from when you botched your frenzy roll. So don't forget about that, in case I do.
What was it again?
Effectively, in a situation where potentially your existence is threatened, there is a chance that you go goat. You just freeze and will just drop to the ground.
Oh, and I thought you meant when I go goat, greatest of all time.
No. You get. I can't remember what the technical name for it is, but
How
animals
did
do.
that happen to him?
He botched one of his frenzy rolls.
Syncope.
That's it. Thank you. Yes. So yeah, it's not like a Malkavian one, which they can never remove their derangement. You can, but you're going to need therapy essentially to work your way through it.
And I have a quick question for I have a quick question for Andrew. The suits are the John Wick suits, or are they? Is that like an armor weave material or?
Nah, Cuccinelli, buddy. Let me put them in here. These are literally the
Only reason I'm asking
Yeah,
is
pure Italian.
I'm guessing if we're wearing this, then I don't have my actual like defensive light shirt on for my armor underneath.
Not true.
No.
These are tailored.
Okay.
So they're literally made for you. So I understand the idea if you wanted to pull them up and whatever, but like these things are tailored for however you want to be. So you know, like I kind of want to wear my armor too, unless I'm not allowed to explicitly. But otherwise, you know, like it's supposed to be like a shirt anyway, you know, like a jacket anyway. I want my jacket to go over the jacket, to kind of be a part of it. Yeah.
Okay. Storyteller.
As far as you're aware, this is the equivalent of a black tie event. It is a social event. Elysium is a safe space for vampires. One of the rules is no violence.
Okay, but does that specifically prohibit us wearing light armor underneath of our suits, though?
It depends on how noticeable it is. I mean, obviously, if you go into this situation,
Tailored.
Yeah. So,
do you realize how much money I have? Do you realize who I can afford to tailor my suits?
I mean,
my Bruno Cuccinelli suits.
We will see what happens when you get there.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
In fact, as I say that, the limo pulls around. You see the dome of Madison Square Gardens. You can see where the VIP entrance is, but Cord pulls around the other side, pulls up the limo, clicks on the little intercom because he's got the divider up because he's in the front. Here we are, gentlemen. This is as far as I go. It's you guys only. Don't worry, I'll look after the ladies. And you can see where the doors are. There are two very large doormen standing, looking very conspicuous.
I open the door and I get out with style. Again, cue the music. Da, 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 da.
He's got a little ZZ Top's Eliminator cassette tape Walkman with a portable speaker. Where's that music coming from?
I got it.
Is it tailored into your suit? You've got like wearable tech. It's just little speakers in the pockets or whatever.
But
fantastic.
Gets out and does the whole checking the cufflinks as he's walking in. You know, got a little swagger.
You walk up to these to the two doormen. They kind of look at you, they look you up and down. Again, as I said, they're two slabs of meat, essentially. Again, tailored suits. You also both notice that both of them have a little pin in the lapel of a little red rose.
I looked at them and I said, "Gentlemen, good evening." Or good morning, depending on how we look at it.
Good evening, gentlemen. You're expected. One of them opens the door, lets you through. Inside, there is a smaller man. Again, very well tailored, and he's got a clipboard. You are our new arrivals, I believe. Now, let me just make sure I have everybody here. Do I have a Caris Ruane?
Yeah, at this point, he's already taken his jacket off and he's carrying it with his sleeves rolled up.
He does kind of say, yeah, the guy inside the door, he does kind of look at you. He raises an eyebrow but doesn't say anything. That'll be you then. Is it Mr. Ruane? Is that you?
That is.
Thank you. And Thatcher Cross.
Indeed, present.
And Samuel Goldberg.
At your service.
Mm-hmm. And we should also have an Andrew Taint. Excuse me. Taint, is that correct?
That is correct.
Excellent. My name is Giles. If you would like to follow me.
Of course, his name is Giles.
Is his first name Rupert?
It can be. You follow him through, and it's a bit eerie because, again, you're in the garden after hours. There's no one about. You can hear echoes in the distance as you're led through mostly sort of the back areas of the garden, and then up to the higher levels. You come out into the main auditorium itself and are conducted to one of the corporate boxes. The box that you're conducted to, there are, again, a couple of guys just stood on the outside, on the walkway. You can see the center of the garden down below you. On the far side from you, again, on the same level where there are more corporate boxes over that side, you can just make out a number of people. In fact, a number of people, I'd say, at a quick look, maybe 2-3 dozen. Again, very well dressed, mingling, talking amongst themselves, but obviously they're a bit far away to hear what they're saying. But all, again, very, very refined. None of these people you think you've met as of yet. If anybody wants to, in fact, you can give me a wits plus a perception plus alertness roll to see if there's anybody over there that you might or might not recognize.
Perception what?
Perception alertness.
Alertness. 2 successes.
Cool.
That'll be my last good dice roll.
This is, you said this is to either recognize someone. I got 4 successes.
I got 3.
Difficulty is 6?
Yep.
I got 1 success.
Okay. Sam, you can't. They're a little bit too far away. You can't really sort of make out faces. Andrew Karras, definitely you do spot David the Scourge over there. He seems to be stood a little bit apart from everybody else, not really talking to anyone. In fact, as you guys are being conducted into the box, he does actually stop and turn and look across and stare across at you. Thatcher, I don't think you've met enough people yet to recognize anybody. But again, with your heightened senses, you pick up snippets of conversation, just little bits, and from the sounds of it, everybody on the other side of the auditorium or of the arena are vampires from the way they're talking. You kind of pick up that impression.
Yeah, I think over the last 2 days, I probably would have been spending most of my time trying to study up on the culture and, whatever prominent people might be noteworthy.
Fantastic. Which does also remind me, again, before I forget, as promised, Carter has created a new bank account for you under whatever alias you are choosing to go under, and has filled that with at least as much money as you had in the bank already as Thatcher Cross. So your resources are not affected. Once you're in the box, Giles turned out, right, well, would anyone care for something to drink?
Sure.
Excellent. He scurries off and you are left.
I'll take a AB positive.
I'm sure we can accommodate you. Anybody else?
Do you have a good vintage?
Oh, we have only good vintages, sir.
Well, your finest, of course.
Do you have anything laced with nicotine?
Oh shit! You don't tell people your addictions.
I'll see what I can do. Something a little smoky, shall we say.
Yeah.
He disappears off, and you are left. As I said, there are two guys at the entrance to the box just to stop you wandering off.
Yeah, AB positive is like 62% of the population has AB positive blood. So it's like one of the most common types, so which also sticks with his character. He wouldn't really drink something refined or bougie.
Yeah, that's full Venturi, wasn't it? He returns a couple of minutes later with a tray, AB positive. I've got quite a nice O negative for you, Mr. Cross.
Excellent. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
And something a little smoky for you, sir.
Excellent flavor.
It might be, not sure, is it Camel? Is it Marlboro? It's hard to tell.
For all I know, it could be Skull.
After a couple of minutes, Carter puts in an appearance, comes down to see you again. He's very well tailored as well. Good evening, gentlemen. He turns to you, Andrew. Andrew, thank you very much. You've surpassed yourselves. You all look... you look like you belong with us.
That is a high compliment. And from your lips to whatever provision's mouth, to whatever provision's ear.
I need to get back down to the others. What will happen is somebody will come and bring you forward. They wish to see people individually. So you will be taken through, and as I mentioned, they will expect a few things from you. So just to remind you of the rules of Elysium. This is our safe space, if you will. No violence. As far as possible, no overt use of disciplines. Conduct yourself as you would in any high society event. And unfortunately, until you are recognized by the Primogen, normal etiquette is to speak when spoken to.
When you say no overt use of disciplines, is that to assume that reading someone's aura would be a faux pas?
It's very hard to detect those kind of things. So that's, but no.
See, my eyes of the serpent, probably what he's talking about.
Exactly. That kind of thing. Yes. Yeah. Please try and
or me have my claws come out.
Yes, exactly. Again, everybody observes the rules here, and we all take this as an opportunity to associate with like-minded individuals. I'll need to get back because I need to be on the board itself. I mean, I won't be actually. Because you are my proteges, I won't be doing that much of the talking. But just give me a nod if you need me to interject at all. And good luck.
As
Couple of
he's
minutes more.
walking off, just for a quick little brownie point, I hand him a little gift. Small
Okay.
little thing. Pops it open. I'm like, go ahead. Pops it open. Sees a really nice Bulgari Flora pair of shades. I'm like, hey, gotta go in style, right?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I will treasure these. Thank you.
Now, boys, if he breaks these in front of us, we know to drop trow and run.
You give it a couple more minutes just to kind of settle yourselves, and then somebody else appears, and I won't bother putting anything in the Discord for this because I know you've got all the things in there anyway. But the gentleman that you all met before, Prashant Singh, the Seneschal of New York, appears. This time he does actually look at you rather than looking past you. Good evening. Thank you for coming. We will be doing this in clan order. I believe there is a Brujar amongst you.
That would be me, sir.
Excellent. Come with me.
I follow him.
You're taken round the edge, on the same level as you are, around the edge, past a couple more empty boxes to one of the more VIP exclusive boxes at the end. It's obviously sets back from the main part of the auditorium. At the end of it, there is a table set up with a panel. On that panel are Carter, obviously. There is a woman in her early 40s who I put in the thing before, who you will now know as Helene Panhard. Next to her is the gentleman with a slightly Spanish look to him, whose name is Eugenio Estevez, otherwise known as Genie, who is of Clan Tremere. There is the guy in the kind of slightly sort of 70s style suit with glasses, who is the architect Thomas Atura. There is also the other guy that I mentioned there, Theo Bell. He's the only one actually in those images that I got wrong. Apparently, physically, think more Luke Cage. That's what he looks like. And Bill, if you would be so kind as to let in our other friend.
Oh, I see.
This is my good buddy Sam, who will be playing the part of Theo Bell for this evening.
Greetings.
Hey there.
So, Sam, I'm going to, because I always, Sam, I'm going to always talk to these guys by character name. So when I say Sam, I'm talking to Derek. When I say Theo, I'm talking to you.
Okay, no problem.
Cool. So, Sam, you are presented with the Primogen of New York. As per your instructions from Carter, the first thing you need to do is introduce yourself. That is your name, your clan, your generation, and your sire, please.
I'm Sam Goldberg of the clan Bruja. I'm an 11th generation, and my sire, well, I give him the name because I don't have it written down. I give him the name and I say, but I prefer not to think about that individual.
It was Hugh Bannon, was his name.
Okay, Hugh Bannon. But I'd prefer not to think about him.
Yes, well, we prefer not to think about the Sabbat either, if we can avoid it.
So we agree we don't mention him anymore.
I understand from Carter that Mr. Bannon, this is Helene Panhard, who seems to automatically step up and try and take charge of the proceedings. I understand from Carter that Mr. Bannon is no longer extant. Is that correct?
That is correct. He will not be an issue.
Thomas Arturo he takes a look at you, looking up and down. But I see that you didn't feel the need to, or you didn't succumb to temptation and engage in the amaranth with your sire.
I'm sorry. The not everything is explained to us. We are fairly new here.
What I believe is commonly referred to as diablerie.
Oh. No. I was not able to. I did. Well, out of character. I'm sorry. I got a bus character here. Diablerie, is that the actual, just the killing? Okay. All right.
No, diablerie is sucking them dry and taking their generation.
Okay. I'll go back into character. I did attempt to, but as new to this as we are, I may have jumped the gun.
You do realize that diablerie is one of our cardinal crimes.
I do now, and I intend to uphold all of the traditions.
Very well, then let's hear you recite the traditions for us, please.
Do you want the short version or the long version? I have it committed to memory.
We'll go with the short version.
There
are a number of you to see.
The first tradition is the Masquerade. Second tradition is the domain. Third tradition is the progeny. The fourth tradition is the accounting. The fifth tradition is hospitality. And the sixth tradition is destruction.
And you understand, or rather, Mr. Bell.
It's really quite simple. It's enough to be able to state them for some people, but do you understand what it means?
I do. And I understand the reasons behind these traditions. Not just what they mean, but their reasons.
Excellent. Tell us about it.
Well, as I did my research, I found that the reasoning behind it is because without these traditions strictly adhered to, our very existence could be in jeopardy. And all societies need law and order to a certain extent.
There's a bit of looking around between them. Mm-hmm. And how do you intend to conduct yourself in the nights to come?
I recognize the importance of these traditions. Again, as I said, all of our existence is in jeopardy without them all intact. So I plan to not only practice them and live by them, but uphold them.
I understand this is Arturo again. I understand that you are still, technically speaking, alive as far as the mortal world is concerned. is this going to be a problem for you?
Do not believe so. I was usually off on my own anyway. So they're used to not seeing me around.
Very well. Sorry, one moment. And you have taken up residence, I believe, with the rest of your coterie in the Bronx?
I'm sorry, say that again, Max. I didn't hear you.
Sorry, I did, yeah. I believe that you have taken up residence in the Bronx with the rest of your coterie. Is that correct?
Yes.
They kind of look around amongst themselves.
You have
Thank you.
terrain already. That's interesting.
It was bestowed upon us.
Mhm.
Carter said that I felt it prudent to give them as good a start as I could within our society.
I see. Oh, well, fair enough.
Excellent. You may return to your friends.
I turn around and I still have my glass and I salute them and I say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen." And I walk out like night and day, as polite as possible compared to what those have seen me before, especially Carter.
You do hear as you're walking out, you do hear Helene Panhard saying, "He's very well turned out for a Bruger." No offense, Theo.
None taken, I'm sure.
Prashant escorts you back to the others. There's a gangrel amongst you, I believe.
Are they asking our group, the whole group, or did someone come and get me?
They've just returned with Sam.
Yeah, I'll stand up at that plate, put my glass of AB positive down on a counter, and still holding my jacket, not wearing it with the sleeves rolled up. I'll stand up. That would be me.
Yes. Yes, I thought it might. Follow me. And
Okay.
you are again, like Sam conducted down the corridor, and you
But
find yourself.
I would also take this moment as I'm being conducted down the corridor to look around for exits.
You are again on the upper levels of Madison Square Garden, so there's steps leading down to walkways that go
And
back
there's
into the bowels of the building all
and
around you.
plus I also I'm assuming since you said we're up in a private box, or we got moved to a different area,
Mhm.
that there's always ways of jumping from those private boxes onto the bleachers, the seats below,
Yeah,
if necessary.
if necessary.
But like I said, he's still at this point kind of like tugging at the collar of his suit, very uncomfortable being in normal human clothes, which is why his sleeves are rolled up. His eyes are kind of constantly looking through the dark. He might, if we're going down super dark hallways, he might actually activate his eyes of the beast a little bit to see what he can see.
For this part, you just sort of led around, as I said, like sort of around the outskirts or the circumference, if you like, of Madison Square Garden towards another corporate box, a more VIP one, further along on the same level as the one that you were in.
Okay.
But yeah, again, like Sam, you get led in, and the Primogen are sat before you. A couple of them raise their eyebrows at the fact that obviously you have removed your jacket, your sleeves are rolled up.
Yeah, and I think at this point, he's actually going to pull his hair out of the ponytail so it hangs loose around his shoulders also.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Bella's definitely raising an eyebrow at that. Um, you're getting a piercing look up and down from him at the moment. You're very much being assessed.
That's okay. I assess him back. What does he look like?
Tall, dark, handsome. He looks like he's in his early 30s. Mustache, small beard. He's dressed in a suit. Not quite as nice as you guys, but quite good.
He's like still pretty nice, not too shabby.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Sort of reclined in a slightly relaxed fashion, but like I said, the eyes are sharp and you're getting a piercing look at the moment.
well, he doesn't look away from anyone's stare. He doesn't look at the floor. He doesn't look to the ceiling. He kind of like keeps eye contact so he can see into the eyes of every person that's sitting there judging him, when giving the vibe that he's also judging them.
Okay. You can see again, Carter, as he generally is quite unfazed. But you've been around Carter enough recently to know that he's not disappointed. He's questioning whether or not the way you've already taken off, undressed yourself, shall we say. Possibly you should have waited a little bit longer. That's the kind of vibe you're getting from his look. But he doesn't say anything. And again, being the venturer in the room, Helene Panhard kind of leaned forwards and looked at you. I'm sorry, is it warm in here?
My apologies, madam, but as you know, us Gangrel are not used to being indoors that often. And I give them a grin as I look at them all in the eyes. Meant no offense by it.
Thomas Arturo, who kind of sits back a little bit, goes, "No. None taken. We kind of used to dealing with the smell." And there's a bit of a chuckle from a couple of them on the panel. Let's start with the formalities. Your name, your clan, etc., etc.
Well, in life, I was Karis Ruwain. Post-embrace, I'm still Karis Ruwain of Clan Gangrel, so I'm told. I'm 11th generation, and once I find him, he will no longer be my sire, but Rashad of the Sabbat.
At this point, you see Thomas Arturo kind of leans in and stares at you very, very hard. And from your other experiences, you notice that he's staring not directly at you, but
He's got kind of the cloud over look that Thatcher gets when he's doing his readings.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Interesting. And the traditions, please, Mr. Ruwain.
Do you want a summary, or do you want a more detailed explanation of how I interpret them?
Let's have a more detailed interpretation.
All right. Out of game, I'm just going to scroll up to where these are at.
Of course. No, you have to do it from memory.
Damn it. Shit. Say, all right, so back in character. The Masquerade, probably the most important of the traditions. For without it, we're leaving ourselves open to our enemies and to the mortal world, breaking down the barriers, this illusion that they've created for themselves, this illusion that we followed while we were still the living. The domain. Every vampire probably needs one of those. And anything that happens in his domain is his business. The progeny, also important. Shouldn't go around making vampires on a whim. The accounting. If you do get permission to make a vampire, you are accountable for all the stupid things that they do. Hospitality. I can understand that. If you are in somebody else's home, you don't want to take a shit in the sink or on the floor. So it's important for you to the Sothia Bell laughs at that. That's good. The what do you call it? Yeah, hospitality, also important. If you are going to visit somebody, don't stay too long like a stinking fish.
At which point you hear, kind of half under his breath, Arturo. Actually, no, it's not going to be Arturo. It's going to be Eugenio. I keep forgetting him. The Tremere does kind of half whisper to the others, or stick your claws in somebody's knee.
I look at him and give a grin when he says that.
What's the name of the man who says that again?
Eugenio Estevez, Clan Tremere.
No, a very colorful accounting there.
And then destruction, the last of the traditions. If you screw up, you not only should you be held accountable, but also if you waste the gifts that Cain gave us, you should no longer be allowed to exist.
An interesting interpretation of the last one there, Mr. Ruane. Does that mean then that we should inflict that on you, considering how deep those veins are in your aura?
It was also my understanding that the lives of our enemies are forfeit and have no value. I've already made it clear in the beginning, my sire is, for right now, a member of the Sabbat, but once I find him, he will no longer be a member of anything. Just as I am disgusted by their existence, I am more so disgusted by the fact of what they did not only to myself, but to the others of my coterie. They deserve no mercy from me.
He makes a fair point. The Sabbat, by definition, are anathema to us. We must consider them all under a blood hunt.
This is true, but there are still rules, and it is customary to, well, if you are accepted, to make sure that you gain permission before engaging in a blood hunt.
My lords, I understand. But is it also not important to use every tool to your advantage when fighting your enemies? We were engaged in combat against a very powerful and potent enemy, whom our mentor, our illustrious host, Carter, was barely able to combat against. Had I not done what I had done, he might not have survived, thus breaking the other traditions of hospitality, since we were guests in his domain.
A fair point, well made. I see here, this is Helene again. I see here that your name is not unknown to us, Mr. Ruane. I understand in life you were known as Caris the Seeker.
That's correct. I had often an interest in the paranormal and the supernatural. What a shock it was to me to find out some of the things and entities I thought were fake actually turned out to be real.
Yes, we have, I believe, our associates who live downstairs, shall we say, have more than once had to divert your attention onto other things. You do understand, though, as being a part of our society, what you are now privy to must never reach the eyes or ears of the kind.
Understood. But also don't see a wasted opportunity to utilize my exceptional snooping abilities. I was able to find you very easily, as you've said, on several occasions, just as a mortal. Imagine what I could do for you now that I have certain extra abilities.
That is certainly something that I would say would be in your favor. Would you not agree? There's a general kind of... Theo, do you have any other questions for this prospective member?
I have to ask, why do you have such an interesting view on destruction? It's my understanding that you've only been kindred for a few weeks now. Is that right?
I think only a week.
It's about 9. Above table is, yes, about 9 days now.
So less than 2 weeks.
It's just a very short time to form such incredibly strong opinions. I'm curious.
I apologize if it seems unclear or strange. I've been a loner my entire life. I have no family, no kin, no kindred. Yeah, we're all kindred. I have no kin. I do have some mortals that I associate with, but so do all of you, I'm sure. Not all of them are ghouls or have been blood bonded to you. Some of them are probably still just plain normal humans because they too are useful tools to me, as I hope me and my coterie will be useful tools to you. I have such a strong feeling about destruction, specifically my sire, because in a sense, he violated my mortalness, for lack of a better word, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the greatest sin there is. He took something from me that can never come back, my innocence.
I see. All right. I believe I understand now.
Thank you, Mr. Owain. You may rejoin the others.
I make a motion of actually putting my jacket on now and putting my hair back in its ponytail as I walk out.
Forgive me for one moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
I control, they don't. That's the message.
Karis is returned to you just while Sam's popped to the loo. And a couple of minutes while they kind of discuss the two people that they've seen so far. So you guys have got a couple of minutes to chat amongst yourselves.
Sam,
And I
Karis,
didn't get killed.
what was your experience with these primogen, these princes to be?
They're not as bad as I thought it would be, but go in there with a serious attitude about it.
So just some light questioning then? It was pretty easy?
They were hopefully you know your traditions. They're going to want to know some details, how you feel about those traditions, what they mean to you. And you're going to need to know a little bit of your own backstory. But they told us that a couple days ago.
And it was the same for you, Karis? Rather simple?
He looks at Thatcher for a moment and kind of contemplating what to say to him. Thatcher, all I will say to you is be true to what you are and understand we are all pieces on a chessboard. You have to make them understand that we are useful pieces on that chessboard.
Apologies.
So whether you're showboating, pretending to be something you're not, they're going to see through it. And I suspect one of them has the same ability you do, as far as your aspects.
Intriguing.
So be aware of that.
Well, I guess true to form would be that I'm still learning my place and what piece I am. So I guess there's not much to hide. They'll see that I'm still learning too.
Well, my this is I was going to say this is kind of out of character, but Karis understands what he suspects they think Gangrel should act like. That's why he acted the way he did in front of them, so that they would underestimate him and thinking he's just some kind of savage.
Oh,
That was
just
the
acknowledge
plan.
that you're the most
Yeah.
stubborn SOB I've ever known in my entire life.
That is also true. That is also very true. But
As you're having this conversation, Prashant reappears. We have a child of Malkav, I believe, amongst you.
That I believe would be me,
Follow
clan
me.
leader.
Follow me. Again, same as the others, you are led down and are presented to the Primogen. Just to repeat, so because in front of you, as I said, you have Helene Panhard of Clan Ventry, Theo Bell of Clan Bruja, Thomas Arturo of Clan Toreador, and Eugenio Estevez of Clan Tremere.
Greetings. Thank you for meeting with me and seeing me. Primogen, it is truly an honor.
Welcome. Mr. Cross, is it? Please do, if we could have your name and the other required information from you.
Of course. My name in life was Thatcher Cross, and my embrace was, I believe, just short of a week ago, though this past week has been...
Yours wasn't, though. Sorry, just quickly above table, yours wasn't, though, was it? Yours was about a month ago.
Everything is kind of jumbled for me, too,
No
with
worries.
the time that I lost in between.
Okay.
So maybe someone says, well, it seems like it was about a month ago. And I'm like, everything's, there was some issues. I was staked for a while. I've sort of lost track of time, I guess you could say. But in life, I was Thatcher Cross, as I kind of continue to be so while coming up with a new name. I've coming up with ideas. But yes, I'm of Clan Malkavian, and I believe I'm 9th generation, 10th generation. And
Don't know.
So I've not met my sire. Was kind of just thrust into this life without any guidance. And I believe my sire may be someone by the name of Thornbrook, if that sounds familiar. I've not met her myself, but through some leads that I've seen, I believe that may be the vampire.
At which point, Carter takes this moment and says, I have been assisting Mr. Cross in recovering what we can of his past. My understanding is that he was embraced a little over a month ago in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yes, I am from Providence.
I have been meaning to, and he makes a note in his book, to discuss with my contacts within the Tremere to ascertain his actual generation.
Okay, I guess we can accept that on its face.
You seem a little distressed, Mr. Cross. Please calm yourself down, and if you would please give your rendition of the traditions.
But of course, as I said, I'm new to the embrace, and I'm still learning, trying to pick up things as I go. But my understanding of the traditions is in this life, or unlife as it is, they are what give us order. They give us direction and clarity. The first of which is the masquerade, where we are not to reveal our true nature. We are to keep the mask firmly in place so that society, those amongst the living, do not know the true nature of things. The second is the tradition of the domain, where we are to respect the domain of others in our clans, such as you, the Primogen. And while in the domain, we are not to challenge the word or the actions of the domain ruler. The next is of the progeny, siring only with permission. The fourth is the accounting, which is your responsibility over your progeny of which you have created. The sire is supposed to take that responsibility like mine so clearly hasn't. Next is the hospitality. Once again, honoring the domain, which, again, my apologies for not making my presence known in this place as I arrived, but I knew not of the traditions at such time. And last is the tradition of destruction, the art that forbids the destruction of our own kind. Although, from what I understand, it seems that the Sabbat are a suggestion, perhaps, that their destruction is sanctioned while others is not. So, the Sabbat, there's somewhat some leeway in their destruction because they are a taint or a curse upon the rest of the clans.
Theo, you seem to probably have more experience in that department. How would you respond?
My experience is that there is no good Sabbat. They generally need to be eradicated where they are found. Technically, yes, we should always seek to destroy the Sabbat where we find them, or at least combat them. But that isn't open license to murder anyone you suspect of being a deviant.
We do at least try and do our due diligence and be able to present evidence that somebody is a member of that hated sect before you, how shall we put it, go medieval on them, shall we say.
I think I may have learned that the hard way with the newness of my embrace and my naivety meeting Pastor Harry and seeing firsthand the deception, manipulation, and corruption of the Sabbat as my life was put on pause for their schemes, I guess.
Eugene kind of leans forward. So you said you were staked for a while. How was that experience for you?
It was different. It was like I lived in another place for what felt like months. A different world.
Interesting. We may have to talk about that. That's another time. Again, Helene, being the Ventru, kind of tries to take over the proceedings. My understanding as well is that of amongst you and your coterie, and from what you've said here, you are, to all intents and purposes, dead to the mortal world.
Correct. It was with Carter's assistance that they were able to, I guess, procure records of my demise in the Sabbat attack that happened on the highway. My car was run off the road, burned, and my body, I kind of air quotes, was found in the wreckage. And so with it, I'll be assuming a new name.
And there is no risk. I understand that you are not from New York originally. What kind of a risk does your continued presence in New York pose?
I'm not sure I know what you mean. Do you?
Were you known in New York, or is there anybody here who may recognize you?
So I don't really know anyone in New York. I was actually going to be moving to New York in my life before my embrace, but with the way things played out, that escalated my timetable, and I was going to be starting school here, but it was, I guess you could say, going to be the beginning of a new life for me.
Thomas Artero is getting a little bit more laid back. So I understand you were embraced almost a month ago, and you really met no other kindred. I mean, I'm not sure of the numbers in Providence, but surely you must have encountered something of our kind there.
So that is true. While I was there, before I came here, before I was attacked, I did spend some time kind of looking around town, searching the streets, trying to find clues as to who my sire was, this person that attacked me, who changed my life so very much. And one night I did come across a woman with blonde hair and the most unique mind. Her name was Jane. I believe she was also Malkavian, now that I understand what Malkavian is. And it was from her that I observed a couple things about the embrace. And I guess she was moving on to Chicago. I know that's not much to go on.
Kind of blank faces from everybody here. Doesn't ring any bells. Don't know anybody by that name. And
Not that I can recall.
No. Carter?
She liked to dance in the rain.
Malkavians. Sorry, her name was Jane, and that's all you got?
I got that her name was Jane, and she seemed quite utterly insane.
Huh. No surprises there, then. Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that.
Interesting. And what are your plans now, then, as you are here, aside from residing with your coterie? What do you wish to do with your own life?
I guess more than anything, I want to better understand this life I live. I want to understand this gift or curse. Both
of those.
Both the embrace, the need to consume, and then Also, my mind is not what it was before, and I need to understand better these gifts that I hold and my derangement that has a hold of me. So I guess you could say I'm on a quest for personal growth.
Well,
Okay.
that's somewhere to start, I suppose. Thank you, Mr. Cross. You may return to the others.
But of course, and thank you again for what information you provided and meeting with me. I'll do like a little bow and kind of head on out.
Well, that was surprisingly coherent.
It was, wasn't it? Yes. You'd see a couple of them checking around and making sure that you haven't tried to prank them in some way. A couple of minutes go past. Prashant returns with Thatcher. And, it says here we have a serpent of light. That must be you.
Your deduction by reduction is fantastic, sir. I want to express that.
Duly noted. Follow me.
As he starts to walk away, I look at Andrew and say, "Don't say anything stupid."
Do I ever?
It was quite simple. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm sure I'll find a way to F this up.
Yeah, and I just kind of look at Andrew and give him like the nod.
Good knowing you.
Bye.
All I'm thinking is, can I take any of these guys out before they all take me out? That's all.
See, I'm not the only one.
You are conducted up to where the Primogen are waiting. You see at least a couple of them do. They kind of straighten their backs a little bit. Their postures become a little bit sterner. I mean, obviously it's hard to judge because you didn't see the others, but yeah. Just give me very quickly, in your case, I'm going to ask for just a quick perception plus alertness.
Almost 3 successes, but 2.
Okay. But again, you are enough of a people person. Yeah, there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's a slight things will go a little frosty as you
I say, it looks like someone let a snake into the garden. How'd that go last time that happened?
Your name and your basic details, please.
My name is Andrew Tanked. I'm a 13th generation. My sire is a Sabat whore named Sandra.
Mm-hmm. Of the members of this coterie, you would appear to be the most well-known to the mortal world.
I am.
Is this going to be a problem?
I think hiding in plain sight will be a boon.
Thomas Arturo turns to Helene and says, well, it wouldn't be the first time. I mean, Maz is somewhat renowned amongst the mortals, and he seems to get by all right.
The rapper Nas?
Maz.
Oh, damn.
But he might be as well. Who knows?
I'd figure Jay-Z of anybody.
Yeah. We don't talk about Jay-Z at the moment.
That's true. My bad.
We don't get many of your clan in our little sect. Most, either Serpents of Light or Setites prefer to remain Insula, why do you want to be a member of the Camarilla?
Though my sires may not have had any, I'm still trying to get my feet on the ground. I personally, without any training in the ways of Set or any of the cultures of the many different sects in the cult of Set, my understanding is that we're split everywhere, in every single way imaginable, that we could be our own version of the Sabbat or the Camarilla, and yet I have been abandoned. Barely even welcome into the Sabbat, which I was not interested in the first place. And yet I have found that my beast, well, I seem to be more attuned with my beast than anyone else. And I think one of the ways I can do that is by looking at and seeing what the hell's this thing called again? The traditions are. And yes, I have memorized them if you're interested.
Please enlighten us.
The Masquerade, the Domain. I look directly at Estevez, Perigian Estevez for this, and not with any kind of contempt. The Progeny, the accounting if the progeny goes that far, hospitality, and destruction. And I give another little glance to Primogen Estevan for that.
Mhm.
Is there something you want to say there?
Yes, I want to apologize. I know the only reason why I still live is because of Kata. Because if it wasn't for him, I know, or at least I'm pretty certain, that Primogen Estevez would have me skinned, flayed, and whatever other destruction would come to a vampire who invaded another kith's.
I
What, really?
think you are mistaking me, sir. No, I think that you would need to discuss with Valentine. I believe that was his domain.
That was Valentine. I specifically asked about that. I'm okay. You know what? I'm okay. Keep this going. You see, it's not just red in my ledger. I'm actually still trying to get my feet on the ground. I'm told I've done really well up until that point. And I do realize how badly I screwed up there. But I'm trying.
Interesting. Interesting. You do seem to have quite a fortune, something that is always desirable. Not that we expect you to donate anything of it, but it does make keeping out of the public eye so much easier, even for somebody who is in it so much. That is one thing that is definitely in your favor. Thea?
This mortal presence that you have, are you quite certain that you can keep it under control, especially with the unique traits that your clan represent?
I'd figure, with all due respect, sir, that the traits of my clan align perfectly with what I've already done. I don't have to change. Changing my name would be a terrible thing, and there are too many people who would know me if I tried to change my identity.
Carter at this point says, I did give him the option. It's curious that he had a similar occurrence to Mr. Cross, but has declined, which I think in his case may be both to his and to our advantage.
Well, I'll defer to you on this matter, Carter.
Thank you.
Also, something that nobody else did that I would like to do is make a etiquette roll. I mean, I put a lot of points into it.
Yeah,
I
do
figured
it.
it'd be nice
All right.
if I could use it just once.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
So charisma and etiquette.
Oh yes, I do just need to before because I always keep forgetting. Bill, odds or evens?
Let's go odds as usual.
It is odds. The
I
lighting,
keep getting really lucky with that.
the lighting in here is just enough that your clan weakness won't affect you for this roll.
Oh. Okay. Oy. All right. So charisma and etiquette.
Mhm.
That's an explosion. And okay, so that's 5 successes. Let me roll that explosion. Another success.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
It
So I
is-
think. Sorry.
So no, carry on.
I was going to say, I think Theo has been looking at you rather suspiciously, but during the course of your conversation, I think he's relaxing more. He's a little bit impressed with you, a little bit.
That's what I always try for.
And aside from spending time with your coterie, what do you intend to do?
I intend to stand on my own 2 feet. I intend to earn a larger domain. I intend to push back the Sabbat into the sea if possible.
We would all like that.
And I intend to make an empire, the likes of which my primogen would be happy to return to.
And as something of an ambassador of the followers of Set within the Camarilla, how do you see your future in terms of encouraging other members of your clan to join us?
I could
Is
care
it-
less about strays, but I do know that I would fit right in between there if you're willing to make just a bit of room. One day.
Excuse me. Sorry. One day indeed.
Excuse me. One night. Retcon.
Any further questions for this individual?
No, I'm satisfied for now.
Very well. You may rejoin the others while we deliberate.
I take 3 steps back and then I turn.
Andrew,
I walk in, I'm
return-
like, boys, get your guns.
Oh shit! Autobots transform and roll out.
which is fantastic because I've just found somebody's put on YouTube the entire first series of the cartoon. Just like, yes, I can
Oh, awesome.
revisit
Nice.
my childhood. You are kept waiting for about 10 minutes. If anybody else would like a drink, you can have one, but you are just left there to stew for a few moments while the primogen deliberates. Eventually, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. So I go over to Andrew and so what did you think of them?
I think it's more about what they thought of me. Their backs stiffened hard when I walked in.
Mm.
They are extremely prejudiced. That's okay.
You
Oh,
don't
I
think they
know.
were impressed?
Oh, they were impressed, but that did not come easy.
Mm. Yeah,
Thank you, by the way.
definitely-
Sorry, Bill. Yeah, thank you. I completely forgot to do rolls for everybody else. I was just trying to, but no,
Hey,
well played.
I'm the only one who I'm certain was going to pass that, so I'm okay.
Yeah,
with these guys not getting screwed.
Yeah.
Watching.
Yeah, I only
I-
have like 1 dot in etiquette.
I rolled
got
it
that
just
much?
to see.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
got 5 successes because I got both charisma and etiquette.
Oh, nice.
So do I.
No, I'm the least charming in real life and in the game.
Sorry, still cold, unfortunately.
Yeah, they gave you the cold shoulder, and they definitely were probably not sure. They thought I gave them what I expected or suspected that a gangrel should act in front of them.
Nice. Oh, Hasbro Pulse actually put them online also, and they're the guys who actually own the Transformers. So you could watch it through there, Hasbro Pulse. I know my buddy put them on also, but yeah, just
Because
Sam is where-
I had been watching. Again, somebody put up the whole first season of Scooby Doo. Where are you? So I was watching those.
Nice.
Oh, the classic Scooby Doo's are the best.
Yeah.
Zoink!
So as I said, after about 10-15 minutes, Prashant returns. Gentlemen, if you would please all follow me. And you do notice this time as you make your way back up to where the Primogen are, the 2 guards that were standing outside the box are walking behind you.
standing right behind us. We're in the passenger side, holding the
Oh.
cannolis.
Shit. Damn, they're gonna do us like fucking Sonny at the toll booths. Look how they massacre my boy. Damn, that's rough.
I'm just walking cool.
You get conducted back in. The 2 guys take a step back and are waiting outside. Ventru, of course, is the first one to speak. We thank you for coming here this evening, and for the most part, doing your best to look the part. It's never easy trying to decide whether to let a new kindred into our society. And it's even harder considering the nature of your embraces. Thatcher,
Yes.
as you are not, to the best of our knowledge, a child of the Sabbat, so to speak. Certainly, from my point of view, I have no issue with accepting you into the Camarilla. How say the rest of you? Thomas? Yeah, another Malkavian in the fold can make things interesting. Eugenia? Yes, he has some points of interest about him that I would like to discuss at some point. Carter? Well, I think we know how you're going to vote. Theo?
I believe he's entitled to a place in the city.
Fantastic. There is one other aspect to this, but we will come to that in a moment.
Thank you, Primogen.
Mr. Goldberg.
I step forward with my hands behind my back, but not like, just more in a relaxed but at attention type way.
You certainly defy the traditional image of your clan.
The modern tradition.
Exactly. And I, for one, would be interested to see how well you maintain that goal of yours in the nights and the years to come.
I see no point in continuing my life as it was, considering I'm in unlife now.
Our clans have not always seen eye to eye, but
I
I have no problem with you.
I believe that most of my mortal life was spent almost as if I were a Bruja. And upon learning about the way the Bruja used to be, that interests me. I'm a new man, so to speak.
Well, hopefully you will get an opportunity to discuss that further. Mr. Bell is of your clan.
Indeed, indeed. I'm pleased to hear that you're embracing the full range of our clan's aspects.
Mr. Bell, may I ask how old you are? With all due respect.
A little impertinent, but I'll allow it. I'm a little over a century and a half old.
So you may even have been around and possibly embraced during the old times.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I believe I may have a lot to learn from you.
Could be arranged. It could be arranged. I'm always happy to assist a fellow clanmate with the right attitude.
I believe we're more than leather and mohawks.
And you would be right. As I say, an admirable attitude. I'm sure we can discuss this further later, though.
I'd love to.
Clan Ventru accepts you. Thomas? Yes, let's see how this rebel rebels against his rebellious nature, shall we say. Eugenia? Yes, another Brujas, another Bruja. No offense, Theo, but yes,
None
And-
taken, of course.
Carter, naturally, yes. Mr. Ruane.
He does have his hair pulled back and his coat on this time.
Fully dressed this time, I see. You do understand that, to all intents and purposes, your clan is no longer a part of the Camarilla.
From my understanding, there are at least 2, possibly 3 subdivisions. The city gangrel, the natural gangrel, and then those who chose to side with the Sabbat.
Exactly.
My particular, I don't know how to explain it. I mean no disrespect, but it's probably better if I just show you. And I show them that my eyes are glow purple, so that they're seeing that I have the gift of Protean to make them like kind of like more unique than just the run of the mill gangrel.
Certainly, Eugenio is quite interested in that. Because the colour's different to normal. Now that is curious.
So, to answer your question, perhaps I'm meant to be a vanguard of sorts of the gangrel coming back to the fold.
Helene goes, well, we have always felt here that there is strength in numbers. Clan Ventry welcomes you. Thomas?
And I nod to her respectfully as she says it.
Yeah. Thomas is like, yeah, we'll see. Your clan has a tendency to go their own way. For the time that you are with us in the city, I have no objection to him.
I nod to him as well.
Eugene is very much the same. I am curious about certain aspects of your manifestations of your disciplines. Perhaps before you revert to some less lower order of life, we will have a chance to discuss it. Clan Tremere says yes.
I smile at his kind of half-assed insult.
Carter obviously nods. Theo?
Well, I will say that for me personally, the loss of Clan Gangrel from the Camarilla as a whole was a loss felt deeply. I've always been glad to count Gangrel who have been willing to fight by my side, and I feel that any Gangrel willing to stay with the Camarilla is worth our time.
I nod to him.
Then we bid you welcome. And finally, Mr. Taint. You are a very experienced orator, Mr. Taint. More so than I think I expected, considering of what I know of your mortal life.
Well, as a Setite, my heart's not always in the right place, but I try. That was funny if you let it.
Right.
Sorry, no, yeah, go. If you've got something to, yeah, go, Sam, yeah.
Yeah. I will admit that I have reservations. It's not as if your clan has ever made any pretensions to wanting to join the Camarilla. But you seem earnest. And I think for the time being, at the very least, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. But I will be watching.
This is Helene again. Under that proviso, and considering the lofty position that Mr. Bell holds within the sect, Clan Venture accepts you. Thomas? Well, say what you like about him, he does bring a degree of wealth with him. I'm sure we can find a way of putting that to good use. Clan Toreador accepts you. Eugenia? I have yet to meet a Setite that I can trust. Clan Tremere does not accept you. Carter naturally will. But it is a democratic vote, so you are, by default, also welcome into the Camarilla. The final thing that affects all of you as a condition of entrance into our sect, in light of your actions the other night.
Yes.
We had prior discussed that to ensure a degree of loyalty to the sect, that you should each partake of your mentor's blood. Helene turns to the rest of the Primogen. Are we still unanimous that this should take place? All those that think this should take place, or rather all those in favour, raise your hands. Helene raises her hand. Eugenio raises his hand, as does Thomas Arturo. Carter doesn't. Theo?
Nope.
It would appear that the majority has it. Unless there is anything that any of you can say in your defense.
As a future seat holder, I also decline.
We may live forever, but not even we can make allowances for what may or may not occur in the future.
Whatever the decision of this council, as you've said, I will not accept such a thing. I understand. Okay, should I stop?
No, please carry on.
As I understand, this may result in a less than favorable decision. And was it Clan Toreador who declined me?
No, Tremere.
Tremere of all... Okay. Okay, fine. I know I already don't have the confidence of some, which is fine. I accept that. I accept that some of those who've come before me may have tainted the pot, as it were, and I understand the prejudice. But I will not subjugate myself that far as to be bound to another. I'm bound to one, partially, and I am going to kill her.
May I speak a little less aggressively?
Please do.
While I completely understand your votes and respect them, and the ultimate decision going forward, I believe we should abide by. But I would request that we be not made to drink his blood, and allow us to prove ourselves and continue to prove ourselves without the bond.
How would you propose doing that?
Well, we have screwed up previously, but
Once.
exactly once.
By removing the remaining pieces off of the board.
But allow us to follow your guidance willingly.
Yes, I think this mistake happened before we were fully aware of the traditions, the laws. We were new to this life.
We were full
and naive in the ways. And
I think, considering who your mentor is as a lawyer, it doesn't need him to tell you, and he should, of all people, should have realized that ignorance of the law does not make you exempt from it.
I did this. I'm the one who made the decision for my coterie.
You know what, Andrew? You didn't make any decisions for all of us. We made our own decisions. We chose to go with you on our own. We could have told you no. We can all take our own responsibility.
I turn back and I look to the members. You all know my kind can be rather manipulative.
Oh, yes.
This was my decision. I caused this incident. I apologize, and I will continue to apologize, but that's as far as I will go. But this was my fault, my call. I'm the one who didn't understand and respect one of the traditions.
It's at this moment that you all become aware of an odd smell, almost like a miasma.
Franklin?
And from behind you, a voice says, I also do not think they should be made to pay for this. And yes, just appearing out of thin air is a almost 7 foot tall, needle thin Nosferatu. Beside him, a slightly hunchbacked Nosferatu, who everybody recognizes, and at least one of the Primogen members half stands up. With him is former Prince Calibros.
Nice. That's what's up. What you got to say now? Put those boat hands up your ass.
He doesn't say that out loud.
No,
Out of character.
Yeah. These guys all know, Sam, that I have kind of Tourette's. So it's
But we're making it really loud.
First one is in the theater's reaction.
Franklin steps forward. I
I see it.
understand there is a seat on the Primogen available for my clan. I claim it. I vote against the blood bond, which I believe makes it even.
Does the former prince have the tie-breaking vote?
You can see Helene is not happy about this at all.
Fuck that bitch.
Oh shit!
Did I say that out loud?
You got to spend a blood point first, and then you can get Little Willie to work.
Theo is looking quietly pleased.
He's thinking, "Fuck that bitch too."
There's a bit of a look between the Primogen, and then generally all eyes look at Calibros.
Is it a brouhaha? Dad has entered the building.
Yeah. Thank you. He's here all week. Try the meatloaf.
Try the salmon.
Calibros just says, we have all let punishment slide on others for less than what these fledglings have done in their infancy. There will be no blood bonding here this evening. Welcome to the Camarilla.
Indeed. Welcome.
I smile. Look at the
Carter.
coterie.
Carter smiles. Welcome, gentlemen.
I look back at, I nod to Carter, and then I look back at Calibros and give him the nod also.
Carter, yes, if you'll excuse me to the other members of the Primogen, I think my protégés here have some people to meet. Would you come with me, gentlemen?
But of course.
Time for the ladies. It's middle time.
So if Theo is out of character, so if Theo is of the same clan as me, does it make him my broha?
My
They're just going to keep coming. They're just going to keep coming, aren't they?
You can't like
It just
feed
doesn't
off of my
stop.
joke, man.
Hey, you open the door, you know.
You guys are gonna share a brew.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Nice.
Carter escorts you away from them. You can leave the Primogen to discuss amongst themselves, unless Theo would like to take a final moment to say anything.
Well, like I said, I will be watching with interest. Don't disappoint.
Hey, wait a minute. That's what Senator Palpatine said in that new Star Wars movie that came out.
Yeah, it is 2001. So.
Yeah. Saw that movie?
Wait
Went
a
and watched
second.
Wait a minute.
It came out.
Yes, so for those of you who don't know, Theo Bell, as I said, is technically an Archon. They're like vampire super spies, essentially.
Yeah, sort of U.S. Marshals kind of a thing. They've got boundaries. They don't have any boundaries. They don't have territorial boundaries or anything like that. They can go anywhere, do whatever needs to be done.
Is that
I'm
like
still going to
the,
consider you a Texas Ranger, Chuck Norris style.
oh, shit.
Okay, I can
Is
cover
that
that.
like the vampire called Beckett? He's also, I think, from the lore.
Nice.
I don't know the name, but I think so. Yes, so the Archons.
He's in the books, the
Yeah.
novels.
Yeah, Beckett's from the novels. He's
Okay.
He's in the
He kinda
last
like
novel.
this-
yes, he is. Yes, he is in the last novel. He's a gangrel and a bit of an explorer.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll have to read some of those books at some point. But yeah, so they report to the Justicars, who report directly to the inner council of the Camarilla.
Cool.
As I'm walking out of the room, I turn around and look at Theo, and I'm like, and I'm looking forward to hearing about the Wild West.
Okay.
I think you're brewing a little too much up there. Huh?
Oh my God!
We're gonna have to do a drinking game like this at some point.
Oh God, no! We'd all lose horribly.
Yeah. Theo puts his hand on his shoulder and goes, "Stop kissing my ass, son." You're already in. You already got voted in. Stop kissing my ass.
You are escorted away by Carter, who takes a moment to shake you all by the hand and points to the other side of the auditorium. Gentlemen, go and meet your peers. I'll need to discuss a few more things here with the Primogen, but we will be along as soon as we can. Well done to all of you. I can relax, finally.
Yeah, Karis at this point
You may
is
unpucker.
unclench. The Karis at this point has taken his tie off and his coat and let his hair out again. With his sleeves rolled up.
There are a couple of other things that I'll need to let you know about, but we can do that another time. Just general things that are in place for all members of the Camarilla at the moment in New York. The only one that I will mention to you now is, until a new prince comes in, there is currently a moratorium on creating new vampires. So please don't rush off and start siring anybody. It will undo everything that you've done here. But for now, enjoy the evening, and we will touch base a bit more later on. And as I said, you are all most welcome. I knew you could do it.
Are ghouls part of the moratorium?
No, but where possible, at least speak to me first.
Okay, 10-4.
And you can make your way across to where everybody else is gathered. It's up to you guys what we do. We can call it here. This seems like an appropriate place to call it.
Before Karis and I get in more trouble.
That could be fun.
I look at Karis and I say, there's one downside to being immortal. We can't get fucked up and drunk anymore.
Word.
Oh, you want something with a little... Sorry, Giles just happens to be walking past at this point. Oh, you want something with a little bit of a sting in its tail. I think I can arrange that for you.
Oh,
I think Giles should sound more like Surge from Beverly Hills Cop.
I think Giles should sound more
He
like
is
G.
now.
He should sound more like G from French Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. Would you like some? It's espresso. I will get you something right now. It's very hot. It's nice.
God.
Lemon twist.
Yeah, with a little lemon twist. Why are you shirt like this? Your hair is all sticking out. It's disgusting. Cover this up. Sorry.
You have watched that movie a lot, haven't you?
I have total recall for every movie I've seen.
Did his thesis on it.
Yeah.
Ask about anything Mel Gibson related.
All right.
What I will do is, as you make your way around, again, you are now amongst some of the main kindred of the city. Karis, as you're wandering around, you don't know why. There are two people amongst this crowd who you don't know why. There's just something about them that something in the back of your mind. It's in the Discord.
Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. Visual aid. Yay. It's like
You
you
don't
noticed
know-
a bone necklace around.
There are these two individuals. The one in the hat is a
The
dwarf.
penguin.
He's barely 5 foot tall. Who stand? You don't know. There's just something. It's that kind of prickling at the back of your neck, and he gives you a very long stare. Doesn't say anything to you, but he does stare at you. The other person who you hear the name mentioned, you hear the name Valentine mentioned, with reference to the third image that I've just put into the chat, into the Discord as well.
Does the woman look kind of shocked to see me?
Yes, and then kind of sort of turns and disappears through the crowd.
And the blue guy at the bottom he's not there. I just hear.
That's Valentine. But you heard the name. Yeah, you hear the name Valentine mentioned when somebody's talking to him.
Okay, which skill I guess would be if I went to kind of get closer to eavesdrop on any conversations? Would it be like perception?
It would probably be perception and subterfuge.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Difficulty 6.
I'm gonna make it a 7. These people are used to guarding what they say.
Gotcha.
Who exactly are you trying to do this to?
I will try to move a little closer to the girl because she, even like you said, she was the one that kind of for a split second seemed shocked that I was there. So I'll move kind of closer over in her general direction.
Okay.
Oh, I got 3 success. I got 3 successes.
She's got her back to you. She's talking to somebody else wearing a very similar kind of sort of suit to her, very kind of plain, sort of nondescript. Seems to be talking about what sounds like thaumatological matters. Is kind of looking very earnest, like she's really paying attention, but you can see she's distracted and only kind of half listening. As soon as she kind of like looks around and sort of spots that you're close by, she kind of excuses herself and crosses out of the box and heads elsewhere.
So the person she was talking to was doing most of the talking about thaumaturgy?
Yeah, and she was just like trying to look interested, but yeah, clearly distracted.
Do you have a picture of who she was talking to?
I don't for that one, though.
Okay. I'll introduce myself.
But again, most of the a lot of the Tremere are quite austere in how they dress. You know. Let me see if I've got another Tremere in here that I can
Slap on a Discord.
Yeah, I want to have a picture for them. Oh yeah, actually no, I know who she was talking to.
Miss
It's
Ainsling.
It is Miss Ailing Sturbridge. Yes.
Nice.
She kind of turns and looks at you again. She's quite tall. She sort of looks down at you. And, hello.
So forgive me for interrupting. I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. It's thaumaturgy. It's a very interesting subject. I happen to be a bit of an amateur, an amateur fan in all things occult. I'm familiar with the OTO, the Golden Dawn, Rosicrucians. So even what I believe it's referred to as hedge magic. But be interested in discussing more with you if it's possible.
Maybe. Excuse me. And she turns on her heel and walks away.
Gotcha.
Rejected.
It's all right, man. You got put in the friend zone immediately. No, okay. It's like, was it something? Basically, at that point, like I'll let his claws come out so he can scratch his neck a little bit.
Oh, that's aggravated wounds to yourself.
Yeah, kind of like as he's like a dog scratching his behind the ear type of thing. Hey, if you're gonna gangrel, you might as well gangrel.
Absolutely. As you're kind of looking around again, you notice the imp on the other side where he's standing talking to somebody else. Every so often his gaze goes in your direction.
Does he have like a concerned look, or
he scowls? Doesn't look concerned, but he does scowl.
It's like, out of game, I know who you are, mofo. You're lucky you did the Vulcan mind wipe shit.
Anybody else? Does anyone else want to talk to anybody else while you are here?
I will indirectly walk up to Valentine. Does he walk away from me?
No, he's...
I won't make a scene, but I won't disguise that I'm walking closer to him. Does he notice me?
He does notice you, and he does turn around. Oh, Andrew Taint, it is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. You probably don't know me, but you and I, we've crossed swords a few times. In a business sense, shall I say.
I've come to apologize to you. What's the ghoul's name?
That was Montgomery Shaw.
Yeah. Mr. Shaw is an incredible man. And I want to apologize for what I've done to your property.
See, this is a very curious thing because up until, you kind of forced my hand with that one. Mr. Shaw was merely an acquaintance. He was not my property. He is now. But
Well, you've acquired a good one.
yes, yeah, I was surprised to learn, and unfortunately, and it is a good job that I did bring him somewhat into the fold. Otherwise, the wound that your friend has inflicted on him is one that he would have carried all of his life.
This was my fault.
So I understand. And I understand, as from what Carter has told me, that some form of favor is due. Perhaps you have heard of a company in which I take some interest. It is Knight and Meyer Import and Export.
Do I know it?
It's a company that you've you've battled with them before through your company for contracts and stuff before. Yeah.
Oh, I know it.
I'm sure we can come to some arrangements. I mean, with what happened here in Manhattan last week, when the mortals get around to thinking about rebuilding, there will be some choice contracts coming our way. And
Remember, sir, it is a pound of flesh.
We deal in dollars here. But I'm sure some of those choice contracts will be coming our way, and maybe not to taint fleet and logistics.
We'll see how much a pound weighs in dollars. Exchange rates are a fickle thing, but understand, I will not be rude.
Good. And as I have you here, and I'm sure I can entrust you to pass this information on to your colleagues. My domain is where it is. I include Park Lane in my domain. I cannot stop kindred from visiting it. I simply ask that you are respectful and keep as low a profile as possible.
I won't make that mistake again.
Excellent. Excellent. I will be demanding a favor of your friend who inflicted the wound, but your other two friends...
As I said, it was my fault.
Yes, and I accept that, but you're not the one who committed the injury. I will arrange that with Mr. Owain, as is my right. Your other two friends, I may ask for some small favor, but nothing drastic. But as you are new, I understand congratulations are in order if you are here and not over there. If you ever need anything, I will also be at your disposal. I try and make it a point to introduce newcomers to our society. I understand that some other members of my clan expect people to follow a bit much. I try not to do that.
I want to get an etiquette roll with him.
Okay.
That ruins that. 3. Oops. 4, 5. 5.
5. Fantastic. I must say, from what I know of you from before, I am impressed by your manners. You are far more versed at
High
social
society, sir.
at social. Yes, I was going to say social combat. I thought, considering your past, that might appeal to you. But yes.
There are many forms of combat, sir.
Absolutely. Well, perhaps we can.
I'm glad we could be so cordial.
Maybe we can joust together again some evening. Welcome to our society.
No need to respond verbally.
And I think I was going to go a bit further with this, but I think this has actually worked out quite nice. This seems like a nice place to have a drone shot pan away from the four of you mingling in the society that has now welcomed you. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you to all you lovely people at home for watching. This, as I said, will be the last of these. Yay! Right at the end. This will be the last of these for the time being. We will be returning with the season 2 as soon as everybody else has jumped in and had a turn at something. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you to all the guys for playing. Sam, thank you very much for joining us on this on our final episode. And we will see you next time.